Hi, just to follow up on the video posted, Do I Lift, part one and two. Um, I think I've mentioned it before in one of my other videos about the macros, protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Um, but I think guess I'll talk about it again. I don't count those things. Um, I don't even count calories. I, when I did try to do that, it became complex and very difficult because the fruits and vegetable juice that I drink alone, because I put so many fruits into my mix along with water kefir, kombucha, and milk kefir. I don't know how to measure that stuff, and frankly, I gotta live. I don't have time for that. I don't. I'm not a professional bodybuilder. I don't make my living bodybuilding. So for me, I'm an everyday guy. I don't have time for that. I need to keep things simple. So I mean, there are bodybuilders out there, professional bodybuilders that try to teach this stuff. Um, they're good at that. They have the time to do it. They're professionals in that field. I'm not. And I've looked at several bodybuilders talk about it, about measuring macros, and I, I still can't understand that. Greg Valentino mentioned that in one of his videos that he don't really care about that either, and he's a bodybuilder, and yes, he used steroids and all that stuff. It doesn't matter to me. That's their craft, not mine. Um, I don't use drugs. I don't like popping pills, like I mentioned in my last videos. I'm terrified of needles. I can't deliberately stab myself. That's ridiculous to me. I just can't do that. I don't even like it when a doctor do it. And you can see all my teeth are kind of crooked because the dentist ain't putting nothing in my teeth. They ain't stabbing me with no needles. I've had that done so many times. It's painful. I don't enjoy needles. So, um, I'm not really big on those things. And then I get most of my minerals, like I mentioned before, and vitamins from the foods that I eat. And that's how I eat a range of fruits. There's set fruits and vegetables I eat, and a set foods that I eat. Um, the only thing that deviate is how I prepare them. If I curry them or stew them or do chili, um, or do some kind of Indian or Creole style cooking. Change the seasonings up. Sometimes I just go plain, salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper. Um, that's how I just eat and be happy. I don't count macros. I think to me it's a waste of time because I'm not planning to be a professional bodybuilder. I'm not planning to compete, you know, and get chiseled and all that stuff. I'm not. I really don't have time for that. Um, it's just not my field. Even if I wanted to get like that, it's impractical for me. Why? Because I work construction. I take care of kids, 5 kids, and they compete in boxing, and I work at a gym. So I don't have time to be doing all that. Um, with the Vitamix 780, I have more time now to make quick smoothies and drink 2 3 minutes. I'm done. But I still have to juice the vegetables, unfortunately, because they spoil. Like you can look at some of my other videos where I mentioned that, so I have to continue doing that. Um, my kids can cook; they're teenagers, so they cook sometimes. Sometimes I cook. It all depends on how I feel because I'm tired. But at the end of the day, they're old enough to cook. One of them may cook me something to eat, or we may have like pre-boiled eggs that I buy, and one of them will bring that, give me that, cut that, and warm it up with salt, black pepper, maybe some ketchup. So some your cheese, the cottage cheese, which is high in protein, high in fat, no carbohydrates. Mozzarella cheese, high in fat, high in protein, no carbohydrates. So, you know, that's the only thing I really care about. I eat carbohydrates if it come in the food, like I mentioned before. I'm not counting that. Today I ate two brownies, made in my pops made, my stepfather made some brownies, and I had two of those when I went to visit, along with some food. Um, but that was it. I'm not striving. I'm not counting those things. I just know I'm not adding a lot of carbohydrates to my diet, and when eat some carbohydrates, like a cupcake or something, I'm not guilty about it, because I can eat it. And the reason I can eat it then is because I'm not eating it every day. I'm not, even if I did eat it every day for a little bit, it's maybe one a day at the most. Whereas before understanding this diet that worked for me, I could eat a whole pack of chocolate chip cookies and then some, then eat rice and all that stuff. So as far as counting macros, for people like myself who are busy, we're working, we have kids to juggle around. It does, to me, it doesn't make sense to count carbohydrates and to count the macros, like count carbohydrates, count fat, count protein. Find out what works best for you. If your body processes carbohydrates better than it does fat, eliminate fat from your diet. Not all, but because it's still needed for your brain and your hormones. So you need cholesterol. If your body works best with no protein, just eat fat and carbohydrates. But that's highly unlikely. And if your body work with fat and no carbohydrates, and of course the protein, eat protein and fat. For me, eating protein and fat works best. And carbohydrates, I can't avoid it. Some of my foods have it, like I mentioned before. And if I'm at an event or I visit my mom and they cook, I'm gonna eat a cupcake or a slice of cake, whatever they bake. And I don't feel guilty. I don't feel sick, and I'm still on track. I'm not looking to get caught up. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not gonna diminish my quality of life over some food. I've done that long enough, and hopefully you guys are tired of doing it too. You know, and just enjoy life. Eat healthy. Don't abuse certain things, and find what works for you. And then, like in my case, low carbohydrates, as I say, not no carbohydrates, but low carbohydrates work for me. And if one day like today, I eat more carbohydrates than I normally eat, it's not the end of the world for me. So hopefully this video helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. Um, you know, like the video if you like it, and subscribe, and I'll post more videos along the lines of health and things like that in the future. I have other interests, so you will see posts of other things that may or may not be um, in your field of interest, and that's fine. I'm hoping that you will learn something from those and apply it in some way to what interests you. Just like how the knives that I did some videos on knives, and hopefully you can apply using those as tools to in your nutritional explorations. So you all have a good day.